Hello, crafters! This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I'm here with the My Creative Time's latest release. It's a summer release. It's a strawberry summer release. Lots of pretty with all these strawberry goodness. There are 3 die sets with a new foundation arch die set. Super fun. There's also stamp and die, pattern paper, and 2 sets of ephemera. You can get 15% off site-wide 1 day only using the code Suzanne. That will end Friday night at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, which is 2:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anytime after that, you can use the same code Suzanne and get 10% off site-wide. Also, crafters, this video is a hop. There is a YouTube hop. The information for the hop is listed below in the description box, and you will be able to win a $50 store credit. There's also an Instagram hop, so you can go to Instagram as well, and my Instagram is A Creative Muse too. So definitely check out both hops for 2 chances to win $50 store credit. Thumbs up. Alrighty, let's look at this ephemera first. Crafters, there are 2 sets of ephemera. There is the cute little fairy. This one is called, I think she's called Strawberry Fairy and Friends. This one, I'm not sure what the name is, but I'll have it listed below in the description box. Everything I'm talking about will be detailed and linked below. So they work together. This is more like journal elements, cute little bits. And then this is all the Strawberry Friends. But these are super duper cute. Normally you get about like 4 or 5. I think in this one you're getting roughly 3, but look how many images you're getting. And they're all like super duper sweet. Some of them are fairies and some of them are girls. This is roughly 1 3/4 of an inch tall by 1 3/4 of an inch wide. Lots of cutie patooties. Love that. My favorite though is this one because she has curly hair like me. So there's this lovely ephemera with the Strawberry Fairy and Friends. Lots of them here. And then here is the journal bits. I call it the journal bits because it comes with this notebook page, this little label right here. This is a fabulous little label. 2 tags, a large one and a small one. And you see the strawberry and the daisy. And there is a nice daisy die set at My Creative Time. I didn't use it with my examples here, but I will put a link for it below. Look at this. Love that with the daisies. Isn't that pretty? So these are like, ephemera journal bits. This is a balloon set. That's like a bouquet and then some little butterflies. Alrighty, let's take a look at their pattern paper. Here is the pattern paper. It's called Strawberry Blossom 2026. This is 6 by 8.5 inch tall. There is 24 sheets in here, 4 each of 6 designs. The pattern side will give you all these pretty designs. Look at the stripe detail. It's like an antique, but it does have strawberries on it. Strawberries with the stripes, a bunch of strawberries, another set of strawberries. This looks like wallpaper, so pretty. This is like a plaid detail with the strawberry and then strawberries on a background. So this is the more pattern side. Let's look at the neutral side. Here is the reverse. Look how pretty this is. This is red and white check. This is red and cream vintage check. Fun. And then pink, green check. And then these stripes is like pink and cream and some polka dots. Really pretty patterns that works with the pattern side. So love the Strawberry Blossom 2026 paper pad. There's also a set of stickers. This is Berry Love stickers. It's not just red hearts. It's actually red strawberries in here. It's very pretty when you see it in person. So you can pick up an ephemera pack of stickers. You just peel it off and stick it on. Keep up the crafty fun. Nice sizing too for like journals and more. The stamp and die set is You're the Berry Best. Lots of nice sentiments here. Berry glad we're friends. Get well berry soon. So it's all around strawberries. And then coordinating die. Love this. And I love the font too. There's also the strawberry basket. This is 3.5 inch wide by 2.5 inch tall. This goes on top of this piece right here. This is the outer piece with the doily. You don't have to use that. This is the inner piece. And then these are the 2 arms. You can have the arms up like so. You can have them down at the sides. And the button is for right in here if you want to use the button. Continuing the strawberry fun is the strawberry house die. 5.5 inch tall, so you can make an A2 card with this, and the width 4 inches wide. So if you make this into a shaped card, it will fit in an A2 envelope. I went a little oversized because I was using the pattern paper and also an embossing folder. This goes on top of this. Here's the top of the strawberry on top of that. This is a grounding element, the door with a little detail on top, a window, and some foliage. Very easy to put together. You can mass produce both of these very quickly. This is a fun summer project. If you like strawberry shortcake, you know who I'm talking about. If you know who strawberry shortcake is, this is definitely fitting into strawberry shortcake, okay? And lastly, here is the foundation die, Chunky Arch Layers die. So this goes along with the collection, but it can also stand on its own. It has the same scallop and circle detail like what you see here. Largest die is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then the inner matting layer with the stitch detail, that largest die is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, a little bit over 3 3/4. I just didn't want to give you the 1/16 of an inch, that type of sizing. So you'll see them matted up on my layers. Love this Chunky Arch Layer die. And you get 6 layers of each. Thumbs up. First up, I had to play with this strawberry basket. Look how fun this is. I am using wood grain cardstock. You guys know, if you've watched these videos where anything can look like wood, I love to bring out wood grain cardstock. The brand I'm using is Lawn Fawn. This is their brown. They have it in white, brown, and chocolate brown. I think that just enhances all the details of this. Because this runs horizontally, I did turn the paper that way because this does run like vertical lines. What you see here is vertical. What you see here is horizontal with that texture. You see what I'm talking about? I positioned the paper in such a way that it works with the details that are here. That's why I turned it sideways, and for the top as well, that piece. Isn't that fun? And look at the buttons. So the button is the same cardstock that you see here. But this one, I put some glossy accent. As soon as you put glossy accent, it becomes much darker and makes it look different. And I think it just really adds a nice detail to it. So you see how I turned the handles down? And then I shopped my mycreativetime stash for a bunch of strawberry goodies. So these are older sets, but still just as fabulous for this release. For the strawberries and these large foliage, I'm coming into the strawberry die plate. This is a solid die plate. You just run this through. You can also put a piece of green here, maybe tape it down, red here, and then this is the layer in the back. I have both black cardstock in the back and yellow cardstock in the back. I like it both ways. I like it both with the yellow and the black, so I just mix it up here. But you get 3 sizes. You get a large, medium, small, and you get 6 of them up here. This is a really fun set, and it's like you just run and then you get a bunch. And then for the foliage, I'm coming into the flower leaf die plate. This is super fun. Look at this large foliage, which is right here. And then these smaller ones. So you get it facing left and right. And then you also get these bits, which I have tucking all over the place. Ink blending here, ink blending here, ink blending there. Just a bunch of ink blending. I love this little strawberry basket. I think it's so fun. For the flowers, instead of coming on with the daisy, I came on with flowers that normally go along with strawberries, which is the strawberry flower die plate. I've used this one a lot. This is a fun one too. You just run it, and this is the size I'm using here. And here are the centers. I just cut yellow cardstock for this and this. There's this other style of flower too, but I always use this one. These two actually. Sometimes I'll use that, but these two are the winners right here. Love strawberry flower die plate. For the panel here with the detail, I'm coming into the pretty scallop rectangle frame die. It measures 5 1/4 inch tall, 4 inches wide. It is on an A2 card base, which is 4 1/4, 5 1/2 inch. So you see how it gives a nice border? So pretty. I have a piece of that vintage pattern paper here. And then here is the Stampin' Die, sending berry big hugs your way. That's from the You're the Berry Best Stamp and Die. Love this one. I think the wood grain is what really set it off. Like, I cut this first, and then I was like, oh, let me get the strawberries. Once I blended this, I was like, well, then I have to blend strawberries too. Super fun. Love this. Next up is the Strawberry House die. I was tempted to turn this into a shaped card, but I decided to put it on an A6 card base because I wanted to bring on one of the fairy ephemera. A A6 card measures 4 1/2 by 6 1/4 inch tall, okay? And look at all the layers here. I brought on the pattern paper here with the plaid, and then I found a piece of green cardstock that matches that very closely. You see the little door? That's in white wood grain cardstock because it's a door. And then the little layer here, there is one of the heart ephemera sticker. Look at her. I have her popped up here. That's the grounding element that's here. And I put the house on top of it. You could put it in front of the house or behind the house. I think it looks better behind the house. Here I'm using a 3D embossing folder from my stash. This one is called Linen. I did put a little bit of ink blending on it and then assembled this. This comes together like, when I say super quick, I mean super duper quick. And it also comes with its own layers of foliage. And I just tucked the foliage all over the place. Also brought in one of the daisies. I was going to bring in the daisy die, but then once I took this out and tuck it in, I was like, you know what? I like the ephemera. I put glossy accent here and here to mimic that glossy epoxy from the sticker. What do you guys think? I think this is so cute. I did bring on my white Jelly Roll pen just to put a little detail. So you would cut this in black, like what you see back here. Then you cut this in red. Then you cut it in green for the top, okay? And the tops do layer up. It's very easy. To do this piece in a different color, I did have to cut this out and then fussy cut it right along here to fit it underneath here. So I'm using 2 sheets with this base. But technically, you could just go one solid piece and then build from there, okay? But so fun. Up next, I combined these two. I'm using the strawberry basket down here with that detail in the back. So you saw before, actually, if you didn't notice, I did not use that back layer, this detail. I just kept it as a basket, either use it or not. I thought on this one, I didn't want to have that detail because I knew I was using this out here. So I thought it was going to be ruffle, maybe too much ruffle. So I just made it a basket instead and kept everything here. This one, though, I wanted to use a ruffle. And then I cut some flaps here, and turned it into a pocket. And I tuck in one of the ephemera, which I did stamp out with the Stampin' Die, which is called You're the Very Best. Life is sweeter with you in it. And in the back, I just wanted to see if it would work, and it did. I put the strawberry. I cut the whole thing out, and it actually fits underneath here. I did do those little flaps, like I said, and I did pop this up off of this. So I do have this nice interactive pocket here. And at first, my plan was this version, where I did use this die, which is called the Scallop Square Tag. I'm using this little one right here. And I stuck 2 pieces of ephemera, this piece and the little girl. She fits in here as well. So it was going to be like a surprise. See how it's only the strawberry on the top? And then I have that pattern paper, that rustic pattern paper. I wanted to have the sentiment peeking, so then I brought on this instead. And I think I like this version better, like that. I think I like it at an angle. It makes it look more organic instead of being straight down. What do you think of the strawberry now in a more standard colorway? Like a true green, a brighter red, yellow in the back, black in the back. You see the difference between the two? Now with the basket, lighter colorway, light ink blending. Both of them I blended with Tim Holtz Distress ink. This one was more rustic because of the wood grain cardstock. This has no wood grain cardstock. So you see the difference? And I will link that wood grain cardstock because put it in your stash. Fabulous. Get all 3 colors. They are fantastic. So I love this. I like this too, but I love this more with the wood grain. Here I'm using the heart epoxy. Here I was using the die. See the difference? And I did put pattern paper and a strip of pattern paper there. So you have options with this. Mix, match, and play. Up next, I made a shaped card with the Chunky Arch Layer die. Put 2 bits of ephemera. Using the stamp here, have a very, very happy birthday. I love my little curly-haired cutie. And I also put a little butterfly, and you see all the layers here. So out here in white, I'm using the largest one. Then I came into these 2 layers, green, and then this layer with the strawberry, picking up back that green in here. It's like a nice muted green, kind of like a sage green. So it's a very pretty, delicate colorway for the pattern paper. I love the colorway. This is another one I need to pick up an extra pack of. In the back, I cut a second layer of this. Put a 1/2-inch score line, glue the tops together to turn it into a shaped card that stands up like so. Okay? Cutie patootie. Love that. This was easy to put together because I just had the ephemera and like this, but I love the layers. I didn't want to bring on more dies and take away from the pretty pattern paper and the little story right here with the strawberry and the balloons. I think that's so cute. And lastly, here I have the largest die again with the second layer. This time I'm using that pattern paper. I brought on bits. I wanted this to be more like a collage, like how I would normally do like in a mini album or like a journal or scrapbooking where you just layer up the bits. I wanted to play with the ephemera. I have 4 pieces of ephemera here. The page, this girl, and then that beautiful daisy tucked in here. Because this is so pretty, that's why I didn't use a daisy die. Maybe I'll make another card and then use a daisy. I could have actually put it here. Maybe that's where I should have put it. But I was going with the red with the strawberry. For that bow, I'm coming into the mini bow dies. This is a fun one. This is just a nice essential because it has the small bows going into the bigger ones. I'm using this one right here. In the back here, I came into a different pattern paper set. This one is called Pastel Party. I'm using this piece right here. I was also thinking of using the stripes, but I think this worked out better with the polka dots and this. What do you guys think? This is a 5-inch card. So I put this piece and then layered this all up and have the two girls very glad we are friends. So super cute. Alrighty, crafters, that is it for this strawberry summer release. You can have lots of fun with this ephemera. It is such a nice sizing too to use on journals. This is also great for your kids to craft with, because they will love all these cuties. They can make cards for their friends or maybe make a small little mini album. There is a mini album die at mycreativetime. I'll put a link for that below as well. But look at all the cuties. You see how you can just mix, match, and play? Look at that. Having fun. So cute. So cute. Alrighty, crafters, that is it. Everything will be detailed and linked below. Remember to use the code Suzanne to get 15% off site-wide. This is a fun release. Definitely take a look at it. Take a look at some of the Shop My Stash goodies too, because they work very well with this too. Like the strawberry die plate, the foliage die plate. Really, really fun. And don't forget to participate in both hops to increase your chances to win. Alrighty, crafters, until the next video. Stay crafty, my friends. Enjoy strawberry summer. Bye!